Hey guys, thanks for checking out the channel. So this is going to be more the advanced, getting into more the advanced settings for the DJI M4T and M4TD. I've also got a separate series for the DJI M30T. If you want to see it, it's in a separate playlist. Like I said in the previous videos, if you want to support the channel, there's a link in the bottom in the descriptions. Not required, but greatly appreciated. And just hope you guys enjoy and please like, subscribe, and share. Greatly appreciated. Let's get to it. Let's go ahead and get started. So if you go to the top right corner, you're going to see the three dots. We'll go ahead and click those. And our very first screen is your flight settings screen. And if you look under flight settings, you've got the control tab, assist tab, and the AR tab. And we're going to talk about all of these. So we're going to start off with the control tab. All right, so the very first thing you want to see here is your home point settings. So you've got to the right of that, you've got two little boxes. The first one shows a picture of a drone with an H. And what that basically does, if you click on that box, let's say that you're flying your drone and you click that box, wherever you click it at, wherever under that drone will be your new home point. I don't normally use this at all. The only time I've ever done it, it was always by accident, and it's just you have to go back in and change your home point again to make it land where you actually want it to land. But I guess they got it there in case you're using multiple pilots, or so you can just drop it down and have somebody change batteries, or I'm sure there's application for it. I just don't use it in recovery. So if you look at the box next to it, you'll see it shows a picture of a kind of like a person with a drone. So this is more basically this. If you choose this function, it will allow the return to home point will be where the controller is, if that makes sense. And there is some benefit to that, like if you had to move or something, or whatever, you were walking with the drone and you wanted to land it and change batteries, you might want to you could change the home point by doing that. So that's what those two are mainly for. I normally don't mess with either one of these. I just keep my home point is where I took off from. So if you go below that, you'll see the enable multiple flight modes. We talked about this on the beginner videos. This is where you can change it to where you have sport mode, not tripod mode, and normal mode. I keep this off because I don't want to accidentally bump this and put this drone into sport mode, and have some of my accident avoidance removed and potentially have a crash like I did with my 30T. So I always keep that off. So we'll go down here, you'll start seeing the return to home settings. The first one is your direct landing. So all this basically is so you're flying your drone, batteries get low, whatever, you got to return to home. Well, as soon as that drone gets above the home point, it's going to automatically land. I've got mine on I could see where that could be a problem in certain environments, especially at night. So, just be aware that if there is some sort of obstacle between, your landing point and that drone, especially at night, and, the winter time when trees don't have leaves on them, you could have a problem because your avoidance at night is not quite as good as it is in the daytime. So, but I do keep mine on for now. There may be some applications where I would turn it off, but most of the time I just want the drone to come on down when it gets above the home point. Next up is your minimal return to home altitude. We talked about this on the beginner series. Basically, when your drone, your battery gets low, or you lose signal, or you just hit return to home, however you do it, if you have whatever this distance is, or this altitude, minimum altitude, that's what your drone is going to go to before it returns home. So if you have this set to zero, the drone, you can easily fly it into a tree or something. So I keep mine at least 300, and I think between 330 to 400 feet. I want that drone to go up as high as legally possible, just about, before it comes home, to make sure that I'm clearing all these ridges and trees and things like that. I don't want to take any chances crashing my drone when it's coming home. If you go down below that, you're going to see max altitude. If you, with the 4TD, I'm just going to show you. Let's go, we're just going to do 400 feet. So you can set, so when you go to your max altitude, you can set it, I keep mine at 400, but if you wanted to, let's say that, I think I said it in the last video. If you had a tower to inspect that was 1,200 feet, well, you can fly 400 feet above it, so you could easily go to 1,600. But I keep mine at 400, so I stay in compliance with FAA. I have really no reason to fly above 400 feet. Next down is your distance limit. This basically sets how far the drone can fly from the home point. Um, if you're training, doing training, or you got beginner pilots, you may want to restrict it a little bit. But I normally just keep the distance limit off. We'll go down below that. You got the sensor status. Excuse me. So this basically shows the health of your obstacle sensors, vision sensors, and related systems. If you get warnings or takeoff issues about obstacle issues, check here first. You may have to do some calibration. You can calibrate your compass here, but it kind of gives you an idea what your status is.
Okay, guys, I'm going to end this video right here before we get to the gain and expo settings. I feel like that needs to be a video of its own. But hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you know a new pilot, man, direct them to the channel. Also, I've got a whole nother playlist for the DJI M30T. Hope you guys enjoy this. And hey, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.